It is Tuesday and I am working from home. I usually am in the office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday because we're required 3 days. And I'm one of those people, I like to just knock it out the way, get it done. But I went to bed late last night, so I decided to work from home today. I set my alarm for 4:24 a.m., the first alarm, and decided to just turn it off last night because I wasn't in the mood to wake up that early to go into the office today. Anyway, I'm glad that I did because it is a beautiful outside today. And so I was able to go for a morning run, and I miss running. I can't wait for running season to come back. And I do hope that when it gets here that my knees will be just as good as they are right now. Anyway, I'm here working. And I looked at a piece of paper because I don't know if you're anything like me, but I like to just jot notes down. If I don't have my notebook, it's going on a sticky or a piece of paper. Even if it's a piece of gum wrapping paper. But I like to write things down because sometimes I forget. Like I have a good thought and I forget. And I have written this thought down a few times in various places. But last night I wrote it down because I was speaking to someone. And when I told her about my introvert journey, she was like, when I watch your videos, it's hard to tell. And I was like, I know. And then I told her that every time someone says that to me, it's confirmation that I'm doing something right. Because I feel like sometimes, we do things and there's no one there to say, oh, you're doing a good job. And you're just hoping that you are. So every time someone says that to me, it just shows that my hard work is paying off. There's so many of us introverts who prefer to just be comfortable, live our life in silence and be quiet. And I think that the world is changing, and I'm glad that I decided to come on my journey. That's all I can say, because there is just so much going on. And I feel like now is not really the time to, hermit. Now is not the time to stay in our comfort zone. Because I do believe that, life is happening and we have to participate, not in the crazy out there, but in our own lives, because I feel like it's very important to protect our peace and protect our, just self-care, protecting our peace, putting up our boundaries. I watched Wicked with a colleague last week on Zoom. And ever since I watched it, I just keep thinking of Glinda's bubble and how wonderful it would be to live in such a bubble and only give access to people who deserve it. But anyway, this journey for me has been one of amazement. Like, I'm amazed to see how far I've come. I'm amazed to see the things that I am doing right now. This YouTube was never, and I will say forever and ever, I might say it in every video, but YouTube isn't something that I had ever planned to do. But we make plans and God laughed because he's the ultimate planner. But I will say that it is fun. And I am happy that I'm at a space now where I am comfortable living my life out loud and being okay with sharing it with you. Because we do things in the privacy of our rooms, dancing and twirling and singing and, whatever, And I'm happy that I'm doing that and sharing it with you, because it is so important for you to know that life exists beyond the comfort zone. And life doesn't mean having a whole, gaggle of friends. Be your friend first, because I'm now learning how to be my friend. And in doing so, I know how to choose, or the right type of people to choose to be in my bubble. I will forever say that, a lot of us are living a life where we feel like we are misunderstood. And what I'm realizing is, for me, right, because while I've always wanted to be understood, I never really understood myself. And if I don't understand myself, how can I expect the other person to understand me? Now that I'm understanding me and now that I know what I like, I'm able to use that as my gauge for when I'm choosing or when I'm ready to choose people to be in my circle. Now, you may say, oh, you ain't that special. And I will say, yes, the heck I am. And if you don't think so, that's your problem. If you don't think that you're special, that's a problem. That is a problem because you are special, right? So I remember when we were younger in school, I grew up in New Jersey, Bergen County, Hackensack to be exact. And I just remember like when as children, when people used to have arguments and quarrels and stuff, and people would say things like, you acting like you God's gift to society. And I don't know why that thought popped into my mind the other day. And I thought to myself, but I am. That's not an insult. I am God's gift to society. And you should know that you are too, right? So start living in your purpose. Be okay with coming outside of your comfort zone. You don't have to make this big old grandiose, like here I am, because that's not what I did. It took some time for me to get here. I feel like every day I challenge myself a little bit more, and now I'm not going to say I've arrived, but I'm almost here. Like I'm outside the door. Anyway, there's so many people that we admire. That's in public. So many people in the entertainment industry that we admire that are introverted, right? And they do their job, whatever it may be. In Oprah's case, she's we know her because she was a talk show host. And when I saw a video of her declaring that she's an introvert, I was like, because there's some people that really don't peg to be an introvert, right? Because again, like there's this stereotypical, oh, they're quiet, they don't talk. And me knowing who and how I am, I beg to differ. If catch me on a day, and I'm not gonna say catch me on a day. If you're a person that I vibe with, catch me on a day and get me to talking about something that I love, Lord have mercy, you can't get me to shut up. But the same can be true in that catch me on that same day, same person that I like, and if I don't feel like talking, it's quiet. And it's so important for the people in our lives to know that that's just how it is. It's nothing personal. It's just our energy. Introversion is all about energy. It's all about how, if we get to, overexerted, crowds sometimes will suck our energy, a person being at work, on a meeting. All of those things basically can deplete our energy. And all we need to do is basically have some time off by ourselves to recharge. That's all. On the other hand, extroverts need all of that. They need all of the noise and the fuss and the muss and the spotlight and all that in order to feel energized. That's all it is, really and truly. So in addition to Oprah Winfrey, I was surprised when I learned that LL Cool J. Now, I'm a lady from back then. And I would have never guessed that LL Cool J was introverted. And it just goes to show that introversion, there are different levels, but anybody, it's not a fad. It's not something that we one day just decided, oh, I want to be introverted today. No. From what I understand, I've always been this way where I prefer to be off on my own. As far back as I can remember as a child, I used to always love to just be in a corner reading a book. I was always that person. When it came to summer and with family and stuff, if it was up to me, I'd be in the house in a corner with the adults because that was a safe space. Because if everyone else, all the kids in the neighborhood were outside romping and frolicking and having a grand old time, and if I could sneak inside and just be with the adults, that's where I prefer to be. Because the reason why it was safe is because the other kids wouldn't dare come in there and try to get me. They don't want the attention of the adults because the adults might tell them to come on inside. So it was a safe place for me. And I think that's why I still prefer the company of older females. I had to say females because if I say older people, then it might seem men too. And I prefer to be with older females. Sometimes they talk, sometimes they don't. And it is good. But I just wanted to come on and say that that if you're introverted, and if anyone ever says to you, "Oh, I never thought that you were an introvert," that means that you're doing something right. And it is so important for us to work on ourselves. I know so many people who are introverted, and it it just appears that they're not really enjoying life because they probably never knew how to. And for me, I'm having a jolly old good time. I can't wait for the next season that I'm creating of my life. Somebody actually invited me today to do an IG live with her. And my knee-jerk reaction was, okay. I've never done one before, but okay. Because what 2024 taught me is that when opportunities come, receive them and embrace them, because that's how we grow. That's how we learn. And the funny thing is, in 2024 I did a number of radio appearances or podcast appearances, and I even was featured in a magazine. Like, none of these things I have shared, but I will in my time, because that's how the process works. But it was exciting, and I'm looking forward to 2025. I have been contemplating what I want 2025 to look like for me, because you may not know this, but I actually have a t-shirt business, t-shirtsanddenim.com. That's with 1D. I'm also a licensed life insurance agent. In 2024, I did nothing with my license, but I plan to use it in 2025. And then I'm still here learning about social media. So I do plan to still go hard, because I would like to get monetized on YouTube in 2025. And so I'm going to continue to record my videos, share them, and my goal is to become more consistent. I'm still trying to figure out, like, what I want to talk about. So as you will see, I do some skits and some shorts, because I just love laughing with myself. And I just think that we're living in a time now where it's so important to laugh and to enjoy, because, well, one, tomorrow's not promised, and two, there's just so much going on out there. It's like, I don't want to participate. I mean, I know that it's going to impact me in one way or another, but I can choose to engage or not, right? I can choose to tune into the information and receive it or not. Now, don't get me wrong, I do tune into some of my favorite YouTubers, and I listen to some of what's going on, but I'm not sitting here like trying to every day figure out like what's going on, because I'm not trying to drive myself crazy. So, yeah, continue to do you, continue to choose to step outside of your comfort zone. Little by little will get you there. It's not easy. Well, first of all, life isn't easy. The journey of life is not easy, but you can make it easy by just choosing what you want to do, how you want to do it, with whom you'd care to do it with, and even if you want to do it, right? It's life. We get one shot of this. When today is done, it's done. It's not coming back. So a lot of people say, oh my God, these days are going by fast, because you ain't doing nothing with them. If you wake up in the morning, every morning, and first of all, give praise to the Most High for waking you, because there are a lot of people that don't wake up and get that opportunity. But then also make use of your time. There were times when I used to have days where I'd be like, oh my God, it's already 5 o'clock and I do nothing today. And I used to just feel like, what a waste. But now that I have a purpose, and now that I am, whether it's creating content or thinking of the next thing that I want to do, or working, because that's what I'm doing right now, but I decided to take a break and just record this video. But I feel as if like I always have some things floating around in my brain about what I need to do and what I'm going to do. And yeah, just wanted to share that. So be introverted. I mean, again, I don't know if people think that we just like to say we're introverted. But I mean, I like it, because I need people to understand that, if I walk into the room and don't speak to you, it's nothing personal. I probably either don't see you or I'm having some kind of internal like anxiety because I may have said hello to that one and forget to say hello to you because I didn't see you, or lapse of judgment or so have you. But yeah, just know that there are many of us on this journey, and and if you turn on social media, you'll see a lot of us just doing it, and I think for me it's fun because I'm by myself doing it. Like, it's a great feeling when you discover that you can enjoy life on your own terms by yourself, and that being alone does not equate to being lonely. Yeah, just enjoy life. Okay, that's it for my little midday rant today. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because I'm going to try to do this once in a while. I have a whole lot of ideas written down here on this piece of paper. So I'm going to try to record more and to post, because recording is one thing, posting it is another. But anyway, thank you for listening to my little midday chat today. I'm going to have me some water. I'm fancy, so I drink water from a fancy glass. I've been doing it for over a year now, and it does make me feel elevated. Anyway, thank you and have a great Tuesday. See you maybe tomorrow.